Ooh, welcome to the stream. There might be puzzles to solve today. I honestly do not know what's going to happen. Today, on Genshin Impact, we are mainly going to start the Narzissenkreuz adventure, which I accidentally started a little bit ago. In Fontaine, where there aren't supposed to be any oceanets, you meet a tiny oceanet. Weird that. I had a bit of a conversation with said oceanet. I don't quite remember it, but I'm sure our little friend here didn't say too many important things yet to rope us in. So let's go find out what's up with them. I was just swimming over here one day because I saw there was a teleport point over here. Unknowingly triggering a cutscene as I did. Musical clams. Can't really do anything with that. Seems like it. Anyways, here in these ruins was where I met my little friend. And then I just went ahead, got this teleport point and left. Fancy. Eek! Get away from me! Is that the petite show you were referring to, Anne? Ah, our little friend is called Anne. That's right, please help her. Ah, have you now, petite show of the Narzissenkreuz adventure team? If you don't leave, I'm gonna get serious. Garr!
Now disappear! A round of applause!
Oh, petite show is the bird. I was about to fight the bird, but no. Bird is friend. You're not that petite. You're big for a bird. Ah, I'm saved. Wait, so petite show is a finch. Petite show is petite show. Regardless, it's good that you're well, petite show. Now let me introduce these two. Actually, I haven't yet asked you two your names. I'm a knight who looks most reliable. Li Huan's the name. And Paimon's Paimon. Thank you, Knight Li Huan. Squire Paimon. Squire? She's not my squire. We are companions. And don't you get that twisted. That's more like it. I see. My apologies, Paimon. I am Petite Show, a member of the Narzissenkreuz adventure team. If not for your help, I might have... Well, Narcissus has girded his subordinates with the aegis of 4 orphans, so our powers are unable to overcome them. That's how it is. But with you and your companion on our side, good night, we shall have nothing to fear. The princess will be pleased. One moment. Who's this princess again? Also, what is this adventure team of yours? And what's going on with this Narzissus? Well, this is how things went. A long, long time ago, this was a kingdom of unparalleled gladness. The children and Princess Lyris lived happily together here. But later, the kingdom fell to the predations of Narzissus, a fell dragon who had designs on the princess and her treasures. Princess Lyris hid herself away in a high tower and entered a deep slumber. That is why we now name the kingdom Anapausis, because Anna is paused. Narzissus filled Anapausis with bitter waters. That which we just defeated was an evil being born from those waters, an entity that opposes the Reconquista. This time, we attempted to infiltrate this place and rescue the princess while the dragon was absent. However, we ran into a great many foes and ultimately we failed. But now that we have you and Paimon on our side, Li Huan, we have nothing to fear. Moreover, we have a princess, a kingdom, and a wicked dragon. Tradition and the stories dictate that we must also have a knight. Yes, a mighty and righteous knight like you, Li Huan. Well, I have defeated a dragon in the past. Paimon's not sure what you are going on about. But if it's dragons you want, Li Huan's beaten them before. Really? You have? That did happen. More than once, in fact. Really? You're so strong. It is our great fortune to have met you, good knight Li Huan. It seems that the time has come at last for the Reconquista. The Narzissenkreuz adventure team shall reclaim the realm and rescue Princess Lyris. Come, Petit Joe, let us do as planned. First, let's get rid of all this foul water. I'll do my best. Alrighty. Feel like they may need our help. Oh no, they're actually getting rid of the water. Rest in peace, fishes. All this water. Is this some kind of oceanid magic? Phew, the defensive power has weakened. There will also be less obstacles for us to fight from here on out. Phew, this is so tiring. Li Huan, let's go help my brother Al. Your brother? Is he another character? Well, Petit Joe and I can't be the only members of the team. We don't quite think that highly of ourselves. We certainly aren't as strong as you or Paimon. Al covered our escape when we retreated. Now that Narzissus' power is waning, let's go help him. Well, then let's go. This water bubble is such a bother. Also, there's lots of fish around. What am I attacking? This thing? Yes. I don't want to be shot by that thing. I see.
Step right up. Yeah. Yeah. Let's get this show on the road.
Let's save this duck. Al, you're safe. I was so worried. Ah, my dear Petit Joe, and you too, Anne. We meet again at last. In those darkest of days, I thought of you, and drew strength to fight on from those thoughts. Thank you, noble warriors. You who have come forth to uphold the cause of justice. Why, Had I arms as slender as yours, I would tip my hat to honor you. You also don't have a hat. There's no need to be so prim and proper. And introduces you and Paimon to Al and explains what happened previously. But why is a finch's older brother a duck? Why a duck, you ask? Are such definitions important? I have a supple body, an iron will, and webbed feet with which to tread water. Of these I am proud, and that is enough. And Petite Show is Petite Show. The sphere is the shape closest to perfection, the most complicated of all shapes. I am most proud of my sister. Seriously, brother, what are you talking about? Actually, Lihon, what is Al talking about? I don't know, but it's probably not important. We members of the Narzissenkreuz adventure team are desperate indeed, but we have one goal. We shall save Princess Lyris, and we shall defeat the fell dragon Narcissus. Well said. The person I am now knows only that the one who stands before me is a noble and valiant knight who possesses the iron will needed to defeat Narcissus. That is enough for me. Usually, the mightier the will, the larger the form needed to be its vessel. As it is the case of Narcissus, the knight's stature is much like mine, and yet... Yeah, seriously? The first and last thing Paimon understood here was Narcissus. You're always going on about Narcissus this and Narcissus that, but what is it really? Look up, above Princess Lyris' tower. That is Narcissus. This thing... Huh? That wasn't there before the water rose. Good golly gosh, the fell dragon Narcissus. Wait a minute. That's an oceanid no matter how you look at it, not a dragon. But that is the fell dragon Narcissus. The dragon invaded the Narzissenkreuz kingdom. And its wings are very huge and frightening. But it's an oceanid, isn't it? Well, Lihon and Paimon, you have seen much. What then should a dragon look like? Well, if you're talking about the dragons we fought before, they'd be... You know, if you want to go imposing, then Apep. A being whose true form cannot be grasped by humanity, and who can summon all manners of servants. That does sound quite like Narcissus, inscrutable and a master of many servants. That must have been a grueling battle, very impressive. No, we've definitely met other dragons before. Like Lewis, Aestar. I think you want me to say Dvalin, if you're asking me again. Who became the embodiment of primal energies and Lewis' enemy? I see. So it was a being as evil as Narcissus then? No, not at all. How are they different? Narcissus represents primordial regression and aggregation, and is our foe. Well, but Aestar is from Liyue. That's a huge difference, right? Like Mondstadt's Dvalin. What? Dvalin's a whole different story from Oceanids. Dvalin's super blue, his wings are huge, and he can fly. What? That's exactly like the Fell Dragon. Paimon's starting to get confused about what counts as a dragon. I never understood that in the first place. Our purpose defines our essence. At this time, we are the heroes challenging the wicked dragon, and he is the wicked dragon. This is sufficient. Huh. This must be what Al means when he says, a rose by any other name would smell just as sweet. That is precisely the case, dear Petite Cho. Were you not called Petite Cho, you would still be my dearest younger sister. So long as that's the tower your princess sleeps in, the one lurking atop the tower is the fell dragon Narcissus. Is that right? No, I fear. As we stated previously, he is not here now, which is why we were able to win our way here so easily. That up there is the dragon's hatred made manifest. That's so complicated. Can it just be an ordinary statue? Like, you know, Narcissus commanding his underlings to make an image of him on the highest tower, so as to show off his greatness and force all the people of the land to look up upon him, or something. Well, you actually make a reasonable point, Paimon, but if that was the case, then we should still have been able to see it even before Petit Show made the fall water disappear, right? But instead, Narcissus's evil has melded with the waters, which is why his wicked intent crystallized into that image once the waters were drained. Is that seriously how it happened? The fell dragon is truly terrifying. My talons hurt just looking at him. Well, we have our knight Li Huan, so we should be fine, even if he is present, yes. It's just a little dragon. That's our Li Huan for you. Let us move on then. With you by our side, we have nothing to fear. I fear no dragon.
And now I'll make it all disappear. Just kidding.
Frog! Would you perchance not be on our side? No, you're Jack. Jack! Thank goodness you're safe. As I thought, you were the ones who emptied the water out. Excellent, excellent. If I had hands like yours, yellow and white ones, I would be applauding already. Dear friend, please show some respect. Petit Show is doing her best. You are right, I suppose. She has done nothing wrong, ultimately. Forget it. The yellow and white ones are here. Who are they? Yellow and white. You mean us? And who else would I mean? Does Petit Show look yellower to you? Or does Anne? Hey, you blue frog. Alright, Paimon, please don't be angry. Jack, this is Knight Li Huan and Paimon. A knight, you say? Then I suppose this Paimon is the squire. No, come on, why does everyone call Paimon that? Paimon is no squire. Paimon is my companion. I see, then you're not some minor feudal warrior. Not in the usual sense anyway. Are you then some honorary knight? One with a title that comes with little benefit? Well, Li Huan is an honorary knight, but she got it in Mondstadt for heroically doing battle with storm terror. Ah, then you are a dutiful, capable warrior. Very good. In that case, welcome to Orchestra Jack. An orchestra? Is that some kind of musical troupe? The name is merely an analogy, for we weave resistance, like an orchestra in our struggle against Narcissus as we seek to rescue Miss Lyris. Miss? Don't you mean Princess Lyris? That's right. Isn't Lyris a princess? Well, both terms refer to the same person, but leaving that aside we should... Listen well. The title princess is a rigid, hierarchical term of address, a product of an oppressive system. It was a title whose merit is birth, not labor or wisdom. Ah, here we go again. If the universe was a more rational one, there would be no gods, no kings, and certainly no princes or princesses, nor would there be mystical powers that only a few may wield. Do you follow me thus far? There will always be those who desire special privileges. I'm following you. This sounds really deep, but it's also confusing Paimon. But not doing anything all day while being able to enjoy delicious sweets. Sweet madames is pretty nice. Is there anything wrong with that? See, if If there are some who will reap the benefits despite doing no labor, then there must be some who shall have to do more to compensate. It doesn't matter to me. Paimon's happiness is mine as well. Hehe. Paimon hopes you can be happy too. Wait a minute. In that case, wouldn't Li Huan be happy if she makes Paimon happy? Hehe. That means making Paimon happy. Happy more is good for you too. That's how this works, right? This has been a very interesting conversation, but please allow me to interject. Dear Jack, good night. May we now begin discussing our next course of action in our rescue of Princess Lyris. Silencing voices you do not want to hear, I see. Oh, Li Huan, come see the repression inherent in the system. Help, help! Al's repressing me. Jack, you... Al isn't doing that. He's a good person. He wouldn't bully you. Dear sister, please, do not lose your temper over this. If you have more to say, Jack, why don't we find a corner and settle this like gentlemen, Stop quibbling, we all have the same goal. Please, everyone, aren't we comrades? We've all gathered to rescue Princess... Oh, Miss Lyris, after all. We count as such, I suppose. We shall cooperate, even though my final goal is to create a more beautiful world for Miss Lyris. Let us shake hands then, comrade. Neither of you has hands. You have wings, I have webbed feet. If you think these apt replacements for hands, then we shall do so, comrade. Jack and I'll shake hands, awkwardly. If nothing else, they extend their wing and webbed foot, and tap them together. Please get along with him, Al. Of course, dear sister, do not worry. We are united in one cause. Alright, alright. Now that the problem is solved... Problem? This is but the manifestation of a deeper issue. Jack, please. Okay, so... what do we do next, Anne? Oh, right. I almost forgot that we were here to save the princess. Why, I was starting to think that I'd brought such capable help along, just to let them listen to two boys squabble. As for the situation, ask Al and Jack to explain. I need a moment to cool off. I feel like they rather need a time to cool off, but sure. Anne's having a tough time too, huh? You're pretty difficult yourself. He wasn't always like this. He once had a really good heart and loved to cry. He would take care of the younger children. But one day, he said that he would never cry again, and later still he changed. This might be due to Renee, I fear. And Renee changed too. And who's Renee? Sorry, where was I? Right. Our course of action. You should ask Jack and the others. He and Al might argue a lot, but they're actually good friends. I feel like this whole story is some kind of reference. One that I'm not getting. At least yet. Jack, you... Paimon, don't. Is there anything I need to do? Allow me to speak first then, honored knight and Paimon. Concerning the tower before us, Narcissus has been unable to overcome it. As such, the princess is still safe. At that time, when all seems lost, the princess gave her greatest treasure to us, and that was the time that belonged to her. She gave you her what now? Time, you say? After she lost that time, the princess and the tower she dwelt in both fell into a stagnant, dreamless slumber. In remembrance of her, we named our fallen realm the Anapausis. What does that mean? Because it has completely stagnated. Narcissus has also been unable to taint anything within. That's more or less our situation. It's called Anapausis. Is Anne the princess somehow? What do you mean, more or less our situation? Firstly, how would someone give anyone else their time? But it's true. Princess Lyris did share her time with us. Narcissus would constantly plot to invade, but with the time she gave us, we became far stronger. For example, my brother Al can usually only defeat one foe at once, but with more time he can vanquish 4 or even 5 at one go. A most vivid example. Thank you for your explanation, dear Petit Show. Well, I hope you understand now, Li Huan, Paimon. Not at all, in fact. Yeah, how do you even give your time to other people? Do these details matter? Is this not simply similar to how feudal nobles would hire sharecroppers? Sharecroppers? How do those things even connect? Are you trying to say that exchanging time for pay is a form of giving your time to others? Only a very small part of the wealth a sharecropper creates will belong to him. This is understood and regarded as normal by all. Then what is there about this situation that is hard to comprehend? He got Paimon. Why are you debating with an oceanid? There's too much oddity at play here. Let's just leave this aside for now. It's true. Alright, Paimon totally gets it. Narcissus has spent long years since searching for the princess's treasure. Only its power can cause time in the tower to flow again, and only then will its locked gates open. Thus, he summoned waters brimming with wicked intent to drown the kingdom and create underlings unnumbered, and many magical devices besides. All this was done to hunt us, Narzissenkreuz adventure team members, down and seize the treasure that should have been in our hands. Wait, should have? Before, we had another older brother, Nay, in those terrifying days. He took the treasure and fled alongside us, but he dissolved into the waters while covering us. I miss him so much. We were very good friends. I hate the dragon, even though I know that these feelings are not good, but I miss Nay. He was like my real brother, just like Al. We're sorry for your loss. But if that's the case, how are we supposed to save Princess Lyris? The treasure has sealed the tower, and it can only be opened again with said treasure. Well, when they, how do I put this? While they were consolidating our rear lines, we of Orchestra Jack obtained some key intelligence that has allowed us to ascertain the treasure's location. Really? You have? Of course, it is right over there. Huh? In the sky? As in the water in the sky. Before Nay dissolved, he used the last of his strength to purify a patch of water in the firmament. It was there that he hid the treasure. What an irony. It seems that Narcissus has gotten too used to looking down upon the citizenry below, and has not been in the habit of looking up. And there the treasure has been hidden all along. I see. Well, it does sound like something they would come up with. How do we get up there, though? Could Petit Show and Al take us up there? A very imaginative idea, but unfortunately impractical. If we go up there, we should find a small fountain full of magic. Options may open to us should we reach it. You're feeling better now, Anne? Thank you, Paimon, but you need not worry. We must destroy the 3 bubble formations set up by Narcissus before we head up. What are those exactly? They are underhanded contraptions powered by Hydrograna that can bombard intruders from a great distance. Perhaps you might have already seen one on the way here. I have indeed. and speaks true. The road ahead will be vastly more perilous if we do not first destroy those formations. Perilous. Kate should have been in charge of eliminating them before we attacked, but it seems that he might have been smashed into sea foam already. Don't say that. We should be hoping that he made it. He is our comrade in the end, isn't he? In that case, our next task is the destruction of the bubble formations. After that, let's go to the small fountain and see what we find there. In that case, leave it to Li Huan. From what Petit Cho and Al have said, it seems like only her attacks will work. Oh. I didn't mean to put you down. You guys have been fighting Narcissus and trying to save Princess Lyris for so long. But just leave this bit to Li Huan, alright? You may see it as a knight doing their duty. You have my thanks. Alright, in that case, let me lead the way. Clear the bubble formations. The reason why they say only Li Huan can do it is because Li Huan has the same alignment as Linny. So I guess I'm very much fine using Linny instead. We made it. Quickly, remove the hydrogranum from inside the thing. And then we fight it.
Now disappear.
The villain, Royal Blade of Narcissus. Defeating me is no great victory. Proceed along the Twin River Fairway. Don't shoot me while I'm here. I'm glad that I didn't get distracted by the oculi around, because I feel like this will take us to all of them, possibly.
Step right up. Here comes the finale.
Lee showed his lowly minion some mercy. No mercy. Are you going to go right through the thing? Oh no, it hit me. I feel like Linny's ability to do these from afar might be a little bit cheating. I'm fine with that. To arms, to arms! Don't let them get any further away. Well, Guess we won't be worrying about this mysterious bubble cannon anymore. Well done, soldiers. Assemble! Huh? Where's that voice coming from? Does soldiers refer to us? Wonderful. It seems that Colonel Kate is still here. Colonel Kate is still there. Here. Let's go meet up with him. Anne, you look well. That is good. These two are reinforcements then. Are we gonna have a companion of every animal variety? That leaves us with storks and boar. Anything else? I don't remember. Crab. Yes, they are. Halt! I do not wish to know soldiers' names. Amidst cruel battle, anyone can be turned into ruptured bubbles and scattered foam at any time. Knowing the names of the troops will only cast a shadow upon our final victory. Just need to know one thing. Are they the reinforcements you sought? Yes, but... Very good. Fresh hands will help us continue our suppression of the two remaining bubble formations. About that bubble formation. Next time, soldier, we'll give you a report first before asking questions. Yes, the formations are places of unparalleled peril. Unparalleled peril. Good words. Not to mention the three mighty subordinates that Narcissus has placed within them. What about that? We've actually cleared all the formations. What? Why didn't you say so earlier? We've been trying to tell you, but you haven't been listening. Well then, it's good to see that everyone is well. So, Anne, who are these people again? I'm Lihuan, and this is Paimon. Lihuan and Paimon. Pleased to make your acquaintance. It's a pleasure to have new blood like you in Kate's resistance front. Let us fight for Princess Lyris and the Reconquista. Kate's resistance front, huh? Are you guys the same thing as the Narzissenkreuz adventure team? Let me think. We're not the same thing, is how I would put it. Indeed, we have the same objective and plan of action. It is only because I have more combat experience that I am a colonel with my own force. Where's the rest of your team? We charged bravely into the bubble formation. Yes, yes. And where's your team? Bubbles. We charged bravely into the bubble formation. And as for the rest, please don't ask. Looks like Colonel Kate has got problems too. Well, he's up against immense firepower. Or should I say, water power. What's next for you? I plan on going behind enemy lines to see what can be done there. After all, it should be quite easy to go up there now that the bubble formation has been broken. I mean, I can't lose to some new recruit, can I? There's no shame in losing to me. Regardless, I shall return when the sun sinks into the sea. Victory in hand, let us meet again before the high tower. Bounces away. Wait, there's neither sun nor sea here. Since the bubble formations are gone, let's head to the little fountain. It's just over there. Little fountain, more like big bubble. Ah, is that a forest boar? And an oceanid? No. Ocean person? Mori, you're still here. Hello. Mori, no. Bad people. Not us though, right? Possibly us. Huh? Why is it attacking us?
Everyone hold hands.
Mori, don't.
To swallow.
Get burgeoned. Silly dog, Mori bad. They are good people. And your perception of dog is...
Ruff. Understood. Give paw.
Huh? You really are a dog. You and Paimon shake hands with Mori. It's a slippery experience, and one might expect of a dog made of what? So all of these people are playing a role in a play, right? Some sort. Great. Now we are all introduced. Don't attack them, okay, Mori? Ah, so you're a dog. This makes much more sense. Does it? Does it really? How does Mori resemble a dog at all? Didn't I say that? What? Don't you go believe that purpose defines essence? Nonsense. And even if you do, Paimon won't. That's what Mori is, though. A silly dog. Very silly. Oh, whatever. If an oceanid can be an evil dragon, and a forest boar can be a dog. Alright, alright. I am a silly dog, yes.
Oh.
You've been a good boy, haven't you, guarding this place? So, is Mori a member of your team? No, I mean, Mori is a dog. A duck, a frog, a finch, and a squirrel can join, so why can't the dog?
Mori is Mori. Must protect the princess. A long, long time ago, Mori played here with the princess, Al, Icho, Ney, and Jack. But the air and water were later filled with the essence of evil, and everyone left. Only the princess remains. I protect her.
So that's Princess Lyris. Right. It was mentioned earlier that the princess lost her treasure, which is why everything stagnated. So this is where it was. Isn't the princess in the tower though? That's right, this is only a statue of her. Seriously? Another looks like it, but not really?
Not the princess.
Nope, Princess Lyris is in her tower.
There are two princesses.
No, silly. This one's not real.
Not a princess.
Well, try giving it a sniff.
Not the princess.
Told you so. Well, it's an understandable mistake. This Anna pauses. A boar is a dog, and an oceanid is an evil dragon, and the evil dragon turned out to be a statue. And the duck and the finch are siblings, and the squirrel is a colonel. Exactly. Paimon can feel her sense of what's real and or not slipping away the longer we stay here. Well, let's not sweat the small stuff, alright? Okay, Mori. Be a good doggy and descend the tower. Then meet up with everyone.
Okay, what about you, An?
Me? Well, I'm going up with Lihuan and Paimon to reclaim the princess's treasure.
I see. Okay, bye-bye.
Good dog. Alright then, what do we do now? Use the bubbles. The princess would make these back when she would play with us, and they would fly very high up indeed. We should fly around in those bubbles, touring the realm. That sounds like the trick those Hydro Abyss mages pull. Hey, don't say that about the princess's magic. Whatever the case, we just need to sit in the bubble. It will take us up there, right? That's right. In the meantime, I'll do my best to control the bubble's direction. Is that how we will get up to...
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
more auctiony? Hey, Princess Statue, you have some music for me. Oh, we are flying. We have never done this before. Kingdom sure looks deserted from up here. Underling steal snacks from children. Burst balloons. Oh no. bad people went bad, everything would be better. Also, we are back in the water. Weren't we just flying up into the sky in a bubble? Yes, we were. We kept going up and up until we crashed headfirst into the water, right? Yes. Is there something wrong? There's so much wrong with this that Paimon doesn't even know where to start. No one wishes to have their soul weighed down by gravity. You know what? Paimon's just not gonna ask. Princess's treasure should be around here somewhere, right? Yes. It is there. Protected by a 3-layered seal. Where? Oh, you mean that? While that outer bubble is pretty big, the treasure seems to be inside a really small chest. It looks like there are some threads of flowing water connected to the big bubble. Seems as if the bubble formation here will not attack us. In that case, let's use it to break the seals. Just need to guide its projectiles to the bubble rings connected to the flowing water. That should transfer the force of the projectile through the water and weaken the seals. Yeah, those bubbles are pretty scary. 1, 2, 3. Looks like there are 3 strands of water. Once we deal with them, treasure should be ours. That's right. It's in your hands, Knight Lihuan and Paimon. Bubble formation! But it's not evil this time. A bubble formation that for some strange reason doesn't attack you. It helps you unseal treasures. Control the currents and barriers to guide the mist bubble to the ringed device at the end. But also, teleport point. But also, oculi. Oculi at the edge of water. All the currents and barriers to guide the mist bubble to the right way. That helped. That did help. Then we get some helpful rings to bring us to the next one. This time the switch is behind the door. Do we need to go edit from below? Just worried about falling. Hey, below sure is below. Come on. Oh, we have to ride back up. But I was correct about getting in from below. I feel like I would have gotten more of a hint to doing that if I tried to approach the door. The rule of 3 is an ancient principle. Oh no, enemies! Get blasted. Oh, big one. Sighting underwater combat. Treasure. Small treasure, but treasure nonetheless. Whale noises. Not a whale though. Finally found it. The most precious of treasures. Looks like a pocket watch of blood. Seems like it's not moving anymore. Well, time was given away. Well, it has been in water all this time, so it should have broken down long ago, right? This is full of Princess Lyris's precious time. Let's go back to the tower and meet up with our friends. I'm assuming there's nothing else up here of worth. In which case it is a bit silly that there's a teleport point there, because... will I ever come back here? What happens if I go up? This is how... as much up as I can do. Oh!
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
I did the correct thing by landing up here, I guess. Found a secret treasure chest. Would not have walked up with this thing. You're back! Colonel Kate and Maury linked up with us while you were out. Aha! We're back with the princess treasure. Well done, soldier. You made a fine contribution. The resistance force is proud of you. Kate, now isn't the time. Not so fast, Colonel. Yuan is a contact. The orchestra. Not cannon fodder from some no-name army. Huh, your orchestra couldn't hold Li Huan, not unless you want to name it after her instead. And what of your rank? I may as well give it to Li Huan, no? The soldiers bleed while commanders steal the glory. This is quite ordinary. But you, now you're special. A colonel who not only does nothing, but even lets his troops take credit for victory. While you were whiling your time away, I was taking out the bubble formations in the waters above. If not for that, they would not have gained the treasure so easily. Let's get this straight first. I didn't join any of you. Ah, that's it. I'm done. Maury, get him. Bad person. Maury bowls check over. Kate laughs at him, only to also be knocked over by Maury. The altercation is eventually calmed by Al and Petit Show's mediation. Honestly, Maury's really reliable at times like this, you know, in some ways. Let's get to business, shall we? That's right. We'll get nowhere if we keep arguing, and the more we go nowhere, the more we are gonna argue. Yes, you're both right. Let's have a speech then, and, you know, the rousing kind. But I approve of Paimon's suggestion. Is it not at such times that an adventure team's leader should step up to the plate? But I'm not good at speeches, and can you really call me the leader? Surely as I am a colonel, I affirm that you would be the best officer for this adventure team. My views of the title of Colonel aside, we are in accord. I don't know much about leaders, or glory, or whatever. But if not for you, and if not for Li Huan and Paimon, whom you brought here, I don't know what would become of me. Knight Li Huan, Paimon, what do you say? This is what everyone wants. Well, in that case, what should a leader say in times like this? Let Paimon think. Since we have Princess Lyris's treasure, next we just need to enter the tower and rescue her, right? So you just need to encourage everyone to do just that before we start. Paimon, do you have any interest in being leader? How about you, Li Huan? Hey, you can't do that. Why not? If not for your strength, we wouldn't have made it this far. We're just here to support you. Whatever the case, only you can be the leader of this adventure team. That's what everyone wants, so stop trying to push it off to someone else. We'll support you! Oh, alright. This leader business used to be so much easier. Ahem. No matter what the name of our organization is, we're all part of the Narzissenkreuz adventure team. We have a common goal, to rescue Princess Lyris. Miss Lyris. Or Miss Lyris. And we intend to save the Narzissenkreuz kingdom. Republic. Growls threateningly. Please continue on. And restore the land and waters here to their original gleaming shimmer through the Reconquista, so that the sunflowers may once more flourish. Am I not right about that? That's right. I've experienced many battles and partings during the long years of conflict, and many team members we once had are no longer with us. But I won't forget the times we spent together. We'll always be friends. That's right. Even if I'm our leader, I'm everyone's friend first and foremost. Same goes for you, Colonel Cake, and Jack. Don't forget your friendship over differences in details and perspectives, ideals. I'm bad at reading today. Just bad, because there's lots of reading. Ant's being super mature right now, huh? Bravo! Applause! Bravo! Come on, stop teasing me. With Knight Li Huan and Paimon's aid, we were finally able to obtain the princess's treasure. Time that was once frozen will flow again, and we will rescue her. For that, Li Huan and Paimon, I thank you. You will always be our friends. I believe that our princess would also be glad to call you such. Oh, okay, I'm done now. Bravo! Applause! Nice. Alright, what do we do next? Well now, I think it's time to unleash the treasure's power on the stagnant tower. This way, its time should flow once more. Like this? Truly like this. Whoa! My thanks, Li Huan. Now! Unfortunately, I fear that none of us know what will happen next. But since the princess's tower has been unsealed, we should move as soon as we can, right? Right, you are, Petite Show. Let's go! Let's enter the tower.
Mind the side effect.
There might be side effects. Like enemies.
Yeah.
It's the notorious 4 divine kings of Narcissus.
Yeah.
We just had a round of applause. There's always more time for applause. Two villains at once.
This might hurt a little. Make yourselves at home.
Seems like an emergency.
Why do Narzisse's little minions all need so many titles? The more useless the person, the more heads they need. Actually, they are mighty warriors who have caused so much harm during previous engagements. If the battle seemed easy, it was due to your great might. Hi, Dragonblade. Sorry, Knightly Horn. Our attacks can do nothing against these henchmen, so it's all up to you. I guess water is not very effective against water. Easy peasy. You know, where is Princess Lyris? Doesn't look like there is any path ahead. To be honest, I didn't think this far ahead. Let's keep going up, shall we? How do we do that? Can you bring the water back? You can fly up there, Paimon. Well, even if Paimon could do that, what would she do if she encountered Narzisse's minions? Scream real loud. And even if all the kingdom's treasures were up there, it would only feel like we found them if you were there too. Go up, you say? Ah, I understand. We do, one and all, have a certain amount of power. It is all magic given to us by the princess, yes, but we can do some things with it. But if we do, we were all born from the same source. I don't see why you would be unable to understand and accept this, as this not happened before. I know all this in theory, but I just hate these things. I don't know why, but I just do. Don't make such a face, Anne. We were born from the same waters, and we are only this way because we bound ourselves into different shapes, using thin films to keep the princess company. Coming together once again for the sake is not strange at all. For the princess's sake, you say, possibly. Wait, what are you all talking about? As long as we forsake our forms and join together, we can produce greater magic. This way, we can send you to the tower's apex. You're just gonna turn into water for me to swim up. Wait, but if you do that... You need not worry, friend. We came from the same body of water, so giving up our forms is not the same as what you would call death. Pure waters can turn into creatures of all sorts, and such changes do not only go one way. Yep, even if we cannot adventure or fight alongside you, we can still progress together. Knightly Horn, Paimon, what do you say? This is not our decision to make. This is your story. You're right, Lihon, but... Give us our orders, ma'am. Our seals have been broken, which means they can no longer hold Narzisse's back. Every moment counts. Alright. I'm counting on you all. Orders received. Leave it to us. Go with Lihon and Paimon, and make sure you save the princess. I leave Miss Lyris in your hands. In that case, dear Petite Joe, Maury, Colonel Kate, and Jack, Colonel. Okay, bye-bye. Ah, it's just like what happened at Maury's Fontaine. Our power is derived from the princess. If so resolved, we can manifest it once more. Ah, pull yourself together, Anne. Let's go, Knight, Lihon, Paimon. Let's enter. Water is formless. What comes from the water will surely return to it. Once we rescue Princess Lyris, she will be able to bring them back. It's just a portal. Where does this one lead, though? I'm not sure either, to be honest. I have never considered what would happen after we entered the tower. Huh. Oh well, in that case, let's proceed with caution. With more proceeding or more caution? Come on, both. Yes, we should be careful. We're the only ones the princess can rely on. Well, that's gonna be almost certainly a domain.
What a cute treasure coffin.
Head to the unknown. Maybe a little warning next time. Paimon's kinda dizzy. There's so many books here. Is this a library? This library has existed since long, long before we arrived. Their content seem to be ancient dramas. Children love to read books, but there's much they won't understand, so they will often ask adults to read the stories to them. In the books, where there is an evil dragon, there must be heroes who hunt the dragon. If there's a mage, there must be a wandering knight. The Reconquista must come to pass, and the princess must be saved. And of course, a chime will sound, and the tale of adventure will come to a halt. Yet, it will not end. There will be another adventure, and another, and another, one after that, until the children grow up and leave this place. Sorry. I felt like memories and feelings suddenly flooded into my mind. How strange. Well, as long as you are alright. Paimon thought you might have been bewitched by Narcissus' magic or something. That might actually be so. Well, what do we do next? I'm not sure either. Whatever the case, let's have a look around. Yep, first off. There's a door over there, but it looks like there is no way through it. You two should be able to get across. Hey, you're Anne's knight right now, you know? This will all be pointless if you don't come along. That's right. This tile sticks out like a sore thumb. This might be some sort of path. Paimon doesn't know either, but let's go, all the same. Kingdom Through the Looking Glass. It's Act 2. Let's keep moving ahead. Sounds like puzzles. Sounds like gathering water orbs. Which is barely a puzzle. Easy. Is there nothing else around here?
Go!
Also, we are not in the domain. We are still on the regular map. And we can just leave, I guess. If we so wish. That's a Hell Shield of Narcissus. Haha, that name does fit our adventure up till now, huh? This is the center of the world. The castle where the dragon lurks. The tower that imprisons the princess. Sometimes it is the lost ancient city of Yif. Sometimes Arcadia. At times it is even golden Hyperborea. Here many uncharted realms have been conquered. Here many heroes have defeated evil dragons. This is a place that brims with magic, and I was never really able to understand it. Children could see through a stone wall. The imaginary griffins that whirled free in the distant cloud-filled skies. You've read a lot of books in that library, haven't you, child? These four pools would, in different adventure tales, be the four seas and sometimes the four cardinal realms of the world. I could not understand these things either, but to accompany the children on their adventure, I played all sorts of roles. Are these more of those suddenly emerging memories? Yes. Anne, are you alright? I don't know. I feel very strange. These memories are so beautiful, but terrifying too. Look, there, atop that small fountain. That is the holy blade of Narzissenkreuz. Is it really? It looks, kinda cheap. Behold, Paimon, the holy blade! Seriously? It's just a shabby wooden sword. Still. With this sword in hand, Paimon bets the kids sure felt like invincible heroes, ready to take to the skies and do battle with the enemies, huh? Appropriately shaped branches and drying poles could also, in the right tale, be the holy blade. But she, one day, a certain woman brought several wooden swords for the children to play with, so that the drying poles would stop being used in fights. And who was that? I do not know. It must have been someone who once lived here. Like yourself? Yeah, it does seem like the kingdom was once a lively place, with all sorts of people in it. When you think about it like that, the holy blade must have been very important. A normal sword can cleave flesh, but the holy blade can cleave spirit and will. As such, even impervious dragons and formless illusions are no match for it. If the story of our adventure team is to reach its end, we will need the blade. Is it really that powerful? It just looks like a cheap wooden sword. Just take its holiness at face value. Sure, if you say so, but it doesn't look like we can reach it right now. Let's continue exploring. Maybe we'll find some way to break this magical bubble. Princess is waiting. Water is not deep. There's a path here, and a crab. Crab, you haven't even noticed me. You don't even care. Just fine with me. Flying through areas like this makes me worried there might be treasure chests hidden around, but probably not. They wouldn't do that. Whoa, there's creatures from Fontaine here. Is this the Narzissenkreuz kingdom too? Just ordinary wildlife.
And voila!
Mind the side effect.
Everyone hold hands.
right up.
I see everything.
A bitter pill to swallow.
I wonder if this chest is some kind of trick.
Oh, more bubbles. Is this one an enemy again? A bubble formation. Why would there be a bubble formation? Get behind the pillar. Easy. Actually, why is there a bubble formation here too? Was this meant to prevent invaders from kidnapping the princess? Yes, that is the case. Also, we ran into some enemies earlier. Didn't you say that when Princess Lyris gave you her treasure, the tower stagnated, and even Narcissus could not enter? There's a lot of stuff here that doesn't make sense. What's going on? I don't know either. I never thought about that. About what would happen after we entered the tower. Also, this place feels very strange. I don't understand. I should never have been here before, but I find myself recalling, feeling many things. Do you two not feel it? No. Paimon doesn't either. Well, do you know what place this is, Anne? This was the assembly hall of the Narzissenkreuz Institute. The children would study here normally. I remember now. This was a lovely place. There was no sunlight, but it was always lively here. The children were all of different dimensions, some of them as different as the two of you. But here they would study together, listening to tales of the Hydro Archon, and to tales older still. Dimensions. I mean that some children were very small, and some were somewhat larger. Hey now, Paimon might be small, but she's got a big heart. Anyway, what about the princess? Was she a child too? Would the children hear stories about her? I don't know. Huh. Why does Paimon get the feeling that the story started drifting away from the princess ever since we teleported here? No. This place must have something to do with her. We must be able to find her at the end of this road. She will be happy to see us. Well, you're the local. Paimon trusts you. Princess Lyris is still waiting for us. Hear the sound of a bell. It's the sound of the bell. Treasure.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
Green feather accessory. Sometimes this feather has the power to advance a story forward and bring it to an end. Its appearance itself represents a power that transcends the history, transcends the story. Old yet well preserved, it must have been cherished by many people. Are we gonna use it to write the ending to the story? Paimon's kinda dizzy. There's so many books here. Deja vu, perhaps? You know what? Paimon thought that she hadn't fully woken up yet, but haven't these things happened before? There will be another adventure, and another one after that. So, even though the princess is waiting for us at the end of this road, it's just a bunch of connected loops with no real end. On the other hand, we'll be able to leave as long as we find the end of the road. Huh. Do you have an idea, Li Huan? Any thoughts, An? I'm sorry, I don't know. I don't know anything about what happens after this. Let's take stock real quick. Have you noticed anything, Paimon? Eh? You're asking Paimon? Hold on a moment. First, paths here have been connected, such that they form a ring, right? In that case, there'd be no getting out. Except that we were able to get on these paths, so there should be a way off them. There has to be a point from which we can break through. Next, we saw that super powerful sword or something. Yes, the Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz. Should be a key item in some way. Why do you think that? Well, it looks like a wooden sword, but it was inside a protective barrier. Would all that trouble be necessary if it wasn't important? So Paimon thinks that we need to get that sword. Was there any other notable thing? Paimon can't think of anything at the moment. But that aside, this tile sticks out like a sore thumb, doesn't it? Paimon didn't just make that one up, by the way. When we passed this way before, it did feel weird how this tile is not connected to the others, and how it has a different pattern. Didn't we just use an elevator that has that same pattern? It could be a trap. Good work, Paimon. Wait, why are you praising Paimon so seriously all of a sudden? Paimon's not used to this. Guess it's just a day where I want to praise Paimon. But you really do have an impressive mind, Paimon. As for me, my head's a mess. I can't get my thoughts straight. Don't beat yourself up too much. You're being assaulted by strange memories in this place. Anyway, let's think of how we can get out of this loop based on the stuff we thought of earlier. Well, there is a difference. There's two of these machines here now that need to be bubbled. Not that it matters, because they are close enough to each other and just get them at the same time. So I guess we're going back to Sword Room, and maybe there's a new path from here this time. Or are we going the way of the crab again? There's also two crabs this time. Is there gonna be two seahorse enemies? Yes. I see a pattern emerging.
The Temple of Wisdom.
Higher, higher, hands on fire! Ha! See?
The doctor will see.
And voila! I wonder if
Next.
this chest is some kind of trick.
Two bubble formations, maybe? No? None, in fact. Guess we are... No, there is two of them. But they are already deactivated. Huh. Interesting. There was no chest this time. And we're back again. This wasn't here. There are so many books here. Deja vu, perhaps. Is this a bookstore? Makes you think there'd be a secret underground bookstore ruins anywhere in Fontaine. Wait a minute. Is it just that Paimon hasn't fully woken up yet? Or is this a deja vu? Interesting how we are just repeating the same dialogue. That's what I was thinking about as well. Guess Paimon's just as smart as you, eh? Are they gonna be free of everything this time? It sure looks the way. But these are still close enough together to each other to do them all in one go. Next, 3 crabs that won't attack us. Oh, wait. But the sword is gone. Hey, crabs. Did any one of you see Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz? Oh, they tried to attack. Now there's 3 of these guys.
Everyone hold hands.
Remember, health comes first.
Time to go. Quit it.
I have indeed dealt with them
right up.
before.
Let's get this show on the road. I wonder if this chest is some kind of trick.
I mean, it's some kind of trick. Glad we don't need to actually deal with 3 of you. Looks a little bit different this time. We also went past.
I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure.
Was I supposed to exit at that point? Possibly. Paimon's kinda dizzy. I think I found it. Because now they are already open. Ah, and this is a hint that there might be something wrong with the elevator, huh? Can't just go back into it though, can I? I can. Huh. Ha ha ha. You cannot trick me. Open! And we got the feather back. This is the holy blade of Narzissenkreuz. It doesn't look like much, but once its powers are awakened, it will become a destructive and invincible weapon. How is it, Lihon? Can you feel its power?
Oh, unlimited power!
Whoa! Comes not from this blade. What? Come on, you had Paimon going there. Come to think of it, you did mention that the Holy Blade was originally a wooden sword that kids played with. That's right. When the young heroes from the Narzissenkreuz adventure team would pick this sword up, they would become able to defeat all foes in their tale. Well, let's just take this sword, shall we? Who knows? It might come in handy later, and if not, we can take it as a souvenir. Holy Blade of Narzissenkreuz, a holy sword that bears a special meaning in a certain story. It belongs to no one. Go on, to help the sword. Can we now activate this elevator? Sure feels that way. Yep. Ah. I see. Looks like the path leads downward rather than forward. This is a really long descent. It's so creepy. Don't worry, Anne. Lihon's really reliable and really good with a wind glider too. Ah, Paimon knows. You're worried about what might come afterward, right? Well, don't be. A real adventure is not only filled with challenges, but also with unknowns. The most important thing is to come back from completing those challenges and unknowns in one piece and gain something in the end as well. Isn't that right, Lihon? You did say that Princess Lyris would be just up ahead. True. I believe in you, Knight Lihon and Paimon. You're wise and powerful, and you're also kind people. And ding ding ding, we have a winner. In that case, let's go. Ad Astra Abyssosque, as Catherine always says. Down we go. Jump down and reach the end of the story. This looks like a boss arena. Paimon feels like something should happen right about now. Like a boss. I feel uneasy too, and I've been frightened ever since we came down here. No need to worry, Li Huan will protect us no matter what, right? Of course I will. Yes, I believe in the two of you. I just don't know what we will encounter later. We'll take anything as it comes. Still, best to be prepared, Li Huan. We might be in for a battle with Narcissus, for all we know. It sure looks that way, and you're giving me the chance to
Mind the side effect.
prepare. Don't think I need more preparations than that. Aside from maybe looking around a little. Probably nothing much here. Is that a wall that will turn me into swimming mode? Are we gonna have a swimming boss? Nope. Defeat the dragon. They name it Narcissus. It's an ocean.
Stay calm, stay calm.
I remember you. You are a type of oceanid we fought once in an event. I'm not sure if I showed that event off on screen though, so
Make yourself
this is
at home.
cool. Because this guy is not usually in the regular game.
Protect you.
Taking a turn for the better.
Now disappear.
Has disappeared indeed. Who's next? Another war!
And voila!
I was just about to say, huh. Linny does a lot more damage than Hu Tao today. But now I realize why. Hu Tao does not have a weapon. Hu Tao's weapon is still over at Xiangling. Oops.
Mind the side
Considering
effects.
that, she did pretty well today.
Now disappear. A round of applause.
Use fitful rapids to raise yourself. Guess we didn't need to raise ourselves. So, why did we need to meet Narcissus in here? I'm kinda sad we didn't get to see that move, because it's really cool. According to what we said before, the tower lost its time and thus stagnated. As such, no one could open it or enter it, but this space is not within the tower. We teleported to a different place from the tower. Huh, that's right. Everyone forgot that that happened. If that's the case. But how? No, that can't be true. The princess should be in the tower. I mean, that was the adventure team's only hope in this dark world. If she isn't, our adventure, the meaning. Al, Petit Joe and the others. But we did take out the biggest threat to the kingdom, didn't we? That's a good thing, right? Yes, you're right, Paimon. Thank you. Thank you both. Anyway, the story is not over. Yep, look over there. There's a place we haven't been to before. Maybe we'll find more clues there, huh? continue onward.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
Got a different kind of feather. One that I can equip. Lots of resources. Let's have a look around. Rather aged diary. Linking up with Ingold, Guillotine, and the rest of the old gang will go some way towards solving the dispersion problem. Do not link up with Guillotine. This situation is no place for personal feelings, but what person can lack them completely? I can only hope that they aren't threatening my dear old Sponsian too poorly, or let it rust in the harbor. And I hope my skills haven't rusted away either. I hope all goes well. I still want to watch the dough rise to the sound of play outside the window. I still want to watch them grow into fine adults. Decided to incorporate the Institute for Raising Orphans and the Children of Criminals into the public welfare system. Considering the ruins of a previous civilization upon which it is situated, it shall be named. The seat of director was established in honor of the Hydro Archon's great virtue and has been taken on by a gentle-natured Oceanid. The title of vice director is to be taken up by one who displays exceptional moral quality and ability. Feels like there was some missing parts there. According to the ancient theater and mysterious research hidden here, we believe that the documents and folklore discovered within Petrichor. The research team from Institute of Natural Philosophy holds that. Much missing here. The duty will be taken up by Basil Elton, former naval commander. May her steely temper be itself tempered by the family she was established with, these children going forward. What's that idiot thinking? Well, whatever. Might as well have some fun post-retirement. One serving of flour, one of sugar, one of melted butter, 2 of eggs, a large amount of milk with which to make foam. Are you kidding me? What exactly is a large amount? Remember it well this time. 15 minutes at 180 degrees is not the same as 5 at 540. Okay, doesn't seem like there's anything relevant. Let's look over there instead, shall we? There's a book here too. A picture book, huh? It suits you, Paimon. Well, that's because of Paimon's unique sensibility, you know. Picture books just speak to her better. This book gives me a strange feeling. Let Paimon see. A long, long time ago, in a place far, far away, there was once a beautiful and kind princess named Lyris. And yep, she's our main character. I don't want this name, and that's not what you said before. Do you wanna read it too, Anne? In that case, Paimon's gonna continue. Ahem. Oh, come on. It's just a story. There's no need to be so fussy. Anyway, a protagonist needs an antagonist. An evil one at that. And our evil antagonist, well, that's the dragon Narcissus. So evil is he that the peace-loving people tremble at the sound of his name. Not that he cares about their feelings, though. He sowed destruction across the land with the searing flames he spewed from his mouth. His great wings turned cities to dust, and his burning breath reduced nations to ash. At last, only the princess's realm remained safe. But because the princess worked tirelessly to defend her realm, Narcissus's plot to destroy everything could not succeed. So, in Narcissus's story, I'm the evil villain. This is kind of weird. They started like a storybook, but it also feels like it isn't. Li-Huan, you've got the bigger brain here. You have a look too. Let's read carefully. Very careful. Huh? What? What is this place? Oh my. We got sucked up into the book. This is the real Anapausis. She no longer dreams of you. Act 3. Huh? Everyone wants to say that the book's contents were really weird. That's really not much when compared to this, is it? The world should be like this, not like how it is outside. Children should be able to play under the sun and in the grass without fear of hindrance or harm. This place does feel pretty comfy, yeah? Paimon feels way better than she did back when we were adventuring through the kingdom. There was no sunlight there at all. Is that how it is? Never mind that. This place is real nice. It's gotta be Princess Laris's garden, right? Say, Li-Huan, when our adventures are over, why don't we find a place like this to live? We can eat tasty fruits, plant lots of sweet flowers, and we can invite our friends over as guests. We could all live together happily, do you say? Sure. Then it's agreed. Still, we should focus on helping Anne find the princess first, huh? Hide and seek, hide and seek. Where did Mary and her friends go? Huh? Sounds like someone singing over there. Mary Ann's story. Find the owner of the voice. These trees are real. Good to know. Underground, but not really. Guess it's weird. Hey, here's the sunflowers you wanted. And good luck getting any mail. Here is the house for our dog friend. There is our singer. Hide and seek, hide and seek. Where did Mary and her friends go? To a great sea without borders, to the place from which all life flows. Hey there! Oh, hi. I'm sorry, I was just preparing some tea and didn't notice you. Come, sit. Snacks will be ready soon. And then there was snacks. Oh, snacks! Yes, and ours are very good. Ah, but I must say this first. We can only start once the bell rings. It would be quite rude to do otherwise. Where are you from, by the way? Why, you are a fascinating combination, aren't you? A lovely young lady, a small little oceanette, and your beautiful floating friend. Paimon's Paimon. And she is Li-Huan. Huh. Is it just Paimon, or does Anne look unhappy? You might have been reminded of something. Ah, and this oceanite is our friend Anne. Oh, my. A fine name indeed. In that case, please call me Marianne. My, what a pleasant surprise. It has been a long time since I've met someone from outside. Where are you from? Well, we are... Actually, Paimon's not sure either. We defeated the fell dragon Narcissus, and then we ended up here somehow. The fell dragon Narcissus, you say? That must have been a frightening foe. Did you think so, Li Huan? In a manner of speaking, I suppose. I've heard that Narcissus has hurt many, and has turned many kingdoms to ash. Defeating him was an impressive feat indeed. Oh, so you know about him too. Great. We are from the Narzissenkreuz kingdom, and we are looking for Princess Lyris. Do you know where we might find her? Princess Lyris, you say? I'm afraid I do not know. But she should be here. In that case, Aunt. Is that the case, Aunt? I have lived here for a long time, and yet I have never seen any princess. Perhaps she might be somewhere else. Is that so? But before we came here, we read a book about that princess, and how she's beautiful and kind and stuff. I'm afraid I'm unfamiliar with any such person. On the flip side, you, Li Huan, do quite look like a princess from a distant land. Foreshadowing, perhaps? Hear the sound of a bell. We can eat now! Eh? Is that the bell? Yes, that's the signal for tea time. In the past, the children would throw down their wooden swords the moment they heard this bell. They would come into the hall to have snacks. They're not here now, but I think it's best to follow the rules all the same. They'd be quite disappointed otherwise, I suspect. Well then, shall we? Don't mind if I do. Hurry! Hooray! Snacks! You and Paimon enjoy the snacks together. They look very beautiful, but they are tasteless like pure water. Oh boy. Everything is fake. How were they? Well, they were great, although Paimon couldn't really taste them. Are you on a low sugar diet or something, Marianne? My apologies, Paimon. I just made them as I remember them, so I'm not sure if they'll taste all that good. Oh, don't worry about it. At least Paimon's full now. Drank a lot of water, shaped like cake. Well, in that case, let me take you all out on a stroll. Guess we are gonna explore this tiny world. This is a flower garden that we've painstakingly taken care of. Lovely, isn't it? It's all made of water. I've heard Basil say that caring for children is like caring for a flower. You need good soil, sufficient sunlight, frequent watering, and you can't let them grow however they want. Sounds like this Basil is pretty smart. In fact, you must get rid of pests from time to time as well. Huh? Actually, Basil sounds pretty dangerous too. She's very capable indeed. Making snacks, caring for flowers. She can do it all. It would be nice if I could introduce her to you. I've been caring for the flowers here all this time, in the hopes that some friends might come, and I might show them how they have bloomed. And well, here you are. Well, it's a shame that they aren't in bloom right now, though. Well, we just need to water them, and they'll be fine. Hide and seek, where did Mary and her friends go? To the halls of sea-born foam to watch the sunflowers in bloom. The drops of water stain the soil of the garden black. The sunflowers spring from the earth, grow quickly and bloom. Aren't they beautiful? Magical. Yeah, that was quick. Well, they've been waiting for friends to arrive after all. And with your arrival, they were so excited. All they needed then was a little encouragement, a little rain to get them going. Oh, so that's how it is. Nature really is amazing, huh? I suspect this exceeds the realm of amazing. Do you like them, Anne? They're very beautiful, like gleaming gold. I knew you would. I love them too, after all. And we are the same person. You're from a very, very far away place, aren't you, Li Huan? What sort of flowers bloom there? The flowers I wear in my hair. I thought those flowers were beautiful the moment I saw you. The fear that they'll be hard to find now. Li Huan. Then let us speak of other flowers. I've always been in Fontaine, and I've never gone elsewhere. That said, a friend of mine has been to Sumeru. I heard from him that there are many flowers there that can't be found here. Those that grow on cliffs, ones that only open at night. Some even grow on cacti. And that's when he realized that there were no cacti in Fontaine and had to give me a separate explanation. He was always the serious sort, and he was the smartest of us when we were young. Sorry. I'm talking to myself. It must be a little too exciting for me, meeting new friends like this. Well then, Paimon, have you seen any special flowers? Mondstadt's dandelions come to mind. Dandelions! Oh, do you have any sort of delight? Do you have any of the delightful seeds with you? Well, we might. Dandelions, dandelions, bloom, bloom, bloom! Dandelion seeds can indeed be found on Paimon. Marianne happily plants them in the soil. They can also be found on me, but... yes. What sort of flower is a dandelion? Huh? Paimon thought you knew. Well, how should we put this? The dandelion flower is made of many tiny white flowers, and these white flowers have seeds on them. Do the dandelions in this world just skip the part where they are yellow? When the wind blows, these tiny flowers will scatter along with the wind, and they will take root and sprout elsewhere, eventually making new flowers. Cool, huh? Wow, they really are. I didn't know such a flower existed, but I have heard about something similar. Oh, what sort of flower is that? It's not a flower, but it's a story about water. In a certain place there was a peaceful body of water. Later, with disturbance, there came ripples, and droplets appeared in those ripples, droplets that had life in them. This life left the water and turned into different forms. But though they were all made of water, gulfs opened between them due to these differences. Each drop of life was very weak, but each was beautiful in its own way. The dandelions you spoke of, Paimon, reminded me a lot of that story. A flower that was once united as one would be separated, would bloom, and each piece would become itself. But a single drop of water is weak and will dry up easily. Together, they will be strong, and yet they will no longer be themselves. Is that how it is with dandelions too? Are you gonna help us bring back our animal friends? There is a place for a dog after all. Do you think that's a good thing? Paimon doesn't really get it. What do you think, Li Huan? People can unite and yet maintain their personhood. Can they really? I think I understand where you are coming from, Li Huan. What you are talking about sounds like what happened to Al, Petit Chow and the others. To help us, they melded into one, turning into that big bubble. Yes, I still remember. Well, it might be meaningless to say this now. Let's have a little walk again, shall we? Ah yes, I can take you to see our dog. Oh, so you've got a dog, Marianne. Yes, he's a silly dog, who always accompanies me. Does he look like a boar? There is no dog yet. Paimon doesn't see him. He'll come when it's feeding time.
Noble Miss, it is an honor to receive food from you. A pleasure to see you again as well, Miss Marianne.
Doggy! Oh, you good doggy. Good doggy.
And how do you do, dear little miss?
Well, thanks for being polite and all, but... what's going on? I don't know. But this can't be Mori. He always kept me company. Does this mean that we've been wrong all along about what dogs really look like? To say, maybe dogs in Fontaine are just that weird. Water can take any shape, and life can choose what form it must take. This, however, has nothing to do with its essence. That is a different matter. Didn't Al say something similarly weird? I have heard something similar said, that the body is a prison that restricts evolution. That person was once a child, like all the others. We and many others heard him tell many stories about how all life was originally formless like water, and how there were no barriers between souls, thus allowing them to compose an endless story. Many have forsaken their bodies, for if water can be withdrawn from blood, so too can will be drawn out from one's form. But if you were to try to sprinkle water on the blackened dust that remains, it will not become blood again. Anne, I remember something, even though I really didn't want to. How much do you remember, Anne? I don't know. There's just this flood of feelings and scenes, happy words and angry ones. I'm not sure. I understand. You go first, alright? And remember, be a good dog.
Understood. See you, Miss Marianne.
See you, dear guests. Oh, this is bad. The number of things that don't make sense just keep going up. If we hadn't seen the dog, Paimon would have forgotten all that stuff already. Didn't we say we were going to rescue Princess Lyris? That's right. My apologies, but there is no princess here, only us. Today we were simply fortunate to receive guests. But this is the end of the path. She has to be here. But Marianne said... so that's gotta mean that one of you is mistaken, right? Right, Lihon? Do you really want to hear what I have to say? Of course, you've got the bigger brain here, don't you? Paimon, all we experienced so far was just a story. Wait, but didn't we team up with the Narzissenkreuz adventure team to defeat Narcissus' henchmen? Wasn't that real? Think about it for a moment, Paimon. Is there even a Narzissenkreuz kingdom among the 7 nations? You're right. Paimon didn't think of that. So, the adventure team. Al, Petit Joe, Colonel Cake, Jack, Mori, the 2 of us, and our adventures. They were all just characters in a story. No, that can't be. Paimon can't accept that. Didn't we encounter all kinds of stuff after going through the portal in the tower? There's a lot of stuff there that wouldn't fit if this was just a story. You know, like how there was no holy blade mentioned at the start, and how Sealed Tower still had monsters and double formations inside it. Paimon, I think I understand what Li Huan is trying to say. So all the things that happened after we ascended the tower are things outside the realm of the story. Is that right? More accurately, those parts of the story have not yet been written. So the Holy Blade, Narzissenkreuz, these were still inside the story. It's just that they had not been arranged correctly yet. Paimon still finds it hard to imagine anyone who would create such a huge building just for a story. I believe the structure already existed. It was just used as the setting for the story. So that means that the things I recalled along the way were things that happened here before, and I'm just a character in a story. You're not merely a character. The fact that you can think about this means that you can remember it. But if that's the case, who is An? The author? I'm An. I must rescue Princess Lyris. Alright, Li Huan, Paimon, and dearest An, our time is up. I enjoyed our time together, but I'm afraid it is time for you to leave. Why did you have to say it was fiction if you already knew? Spare thought for An's feelings, at least. Huh? Your visions blurs as you suddenly feel weightless. What happened? But... Shh, there's no need to say anything, An. I once heard my best friend tell a story about a beautiful princess trapped in a high tower. Before you arrived, I had a dream. I dreamt that I was a small, brave oceanid, and we set out to save the princess. And perhaps there are princesses in this world and dragons too, but I also know that the world's affairs are rarely this simple. Why would a dragon be concerned with a princess after all? After waking up, I would find this dream laughable, yet nostalgic. Every time I thought about it, do you remember now, An? No, there has to be some other way. If I can't save Princess Lyris, then what of my birth? My only wish? Do they have no meaning? Don't say that, An. Your birth was a beautiful accident. As things stand, I can only wish for you to live on for your own sake. Go see the world and see how it has changed these past years. I wish for you to have your own soul, memories, personality and wishes. I wish for you to be the master of your own fate, to experience all the beauty of the real world. Can you do that for me? It was a pleasure to meet you, Li Huan, Paimon, and it was my pleasure to meet you too, An. But the Anapausis is our tomb. I do not wish for you to linger here. Marianne, what are you saying that? Why are you saying that? We can find a way to help you, can't we? Haha, I sense that you are good-hearted and powerful indeed. Thank you, Paimon. Li Huan. I'm just someone who sometimes enjoys dreaming of lovely adventures and wonderful futures, but I know what happened in the past. I already know that there's no going back. In the real world, everything has already ended, so this is farewell. I'm having a déjà vu. Why do all ruins get flooded? And why do I always get flushed out? Time to go with the flow. Back through memory lane. At least for this little bit. we're back in the tower. I'm sorry, Knightly One, Paimon. I had already started to feel that some things were off earlier in the adventure. As you led me off the story's track, I started to understand and recall some things. But I still want to rescue Princess Lyris. That is the reason for which I was born. I want to save her and bring this story to a happy end. I mean, I don't even know who she is. I only know that she is a gentle, lovely princess trapped due to Narzissenkreuz's invasion. Don't worry, Anne. At least we had fun while traveling with the adventure team, right? Li Huan, did you know that things would turn out this way? No. I thought we could help Anne. Oh. Well, if that's the case, we can still help Anne. Huh? Oh hey, music. Paimon didn't understand anything Marianne said at the end. Did you, Anne? I did, sort of. I could sense that she was speaking of something terrible that happened in the past. Well, Paimon feels that's unfair. Not just to you, Anne, but to us too. That's why we've got to find out what happened at least. If we do, we can come up with some sort of plan. Whether it be saving the princess, or figuring out what Marianne said, or whatever. We just want to help you, Anne. Isn't that right, Li Huan? This story isn't over, Anne. Okay. Still, if this is all just a story, then there's one thing Paimon doesn't get. What role do we play, Li Huan? I can't be sure, but I think we are most likely undefined factors. And that's how we can bring this story to an end. Ah, Paimon gets it. So that's why Anne found us and brought us into the story. You might not have thought about it, Anne, but since we've been able to knock this story off course, that means that we've opened all sorts of unknown possibilities. Isn't that right, Li Huan? You could say that. Thank you, Knight Li Huan. Thank you, Paimon. That's why we also need your help, Anne. And since we need to continue our adventure, well, can you think of anything that could help us figure out what to do next? Let me think. My memories contain a place known as Narzissenkreuz Order. This place appears to have very deep connections to past events. That's true. Narzissenkreuz Kingdom, Adventure Team. Yeah, they seem connected all right. Do you have any idea why this order might be? No. Oh, that's right. We are very experienced adventurers. If you need it found, we'll find it. Anne in Wonderland.
Guess this'll go into my magic pocket.
But that is the end of the quest. And I feel very strongly that there will be a continuation of it later down the line. Maybe the continuation is somewhere on this map. But I would guess more likely that it is in later regions of Fontaine. So I'm not going to go and look for it right now. Huh. And so we just plop up out here. traverse this whole place. Interesting. But yeah. What an interesting story. But it's not yet complete. To obtain the Holy Blade that might defeat the Demon King, the knight broke into the ancient city, sealed and using magic. The knight defeated the Demon King, saving the imprisoned princess. Light has returned to the kingdom. Anne in Wonderland. Complete the tale of the Narzissenkreuz adventure team. Team is no more.
So long as the audience thinks that seeing is believing, there's no limit to the number of tricks I can pull off.
We certainly have been tricked today. But the next thing is no trick. I think that's enough for today. I was wondering how long this would be. But I don't think I want to start up anything new after that. So that's it for today. See you again next time. Who knows what we will be doing in Fontaine. There's still quests strewn about.
I wonder what my dear sister Lynette is doing right now. Missing me to death, I'm sure.
And so far I have not accidentally activated any, so maybe we can start one from scratch next time. I mean, there's at least one that's literally on the map. So that's certainly a thing we can check out sometime in the near future. Until then, goodbye. See you again.